Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at finding an area of rectangles, and yeah, so as a composite and so on and so forth. So I want to just explain that as we go. So this is a problem I'm taking from CPM, and this is from CC3 Course 3, and this is Section 7.2.4. Okay, so we are and number 776. Says find the area of the entire rectangle in each diagram below. Show all your work. So what we've got a situation in this one is just a rectangle, one rectangle, and to find the area of any rectangle, right? Area of any rectangle is always the length times the width, right? You multiply length times width. Multiply those together. So here's my length, here's my width, right? Those two numbers are length and width. So for this, the area would just be 48 times 102. Okay, so 48 times 102. For the sake of being able to get through the content on this one, I'm just going to do this on a calculator. 48 times 102, and you end up with 4,896. Okay, so there's my area. Okay, so I want to keep going here because now what I have is the area of this. You can find it a couple ways. You can find the area of each individual rectangle and add them together, or we can find the area of this entire rectangle here. So call this the width, call that the length. So I'm going to do that first. So area is 13 times x plus 7, which distributed property would say this is 13x plus 7 times 13 is 91. Okay. And then there would be my area as an expression. There's nothing else I can do because I don't know what x is. So I leave my answer as an expression. Now I want to point something out. If I would have taken the individual areas, the area of this first rectangle would be 13 times x. So we would call that 13x. And this rectangle here, we know if that length is 13, then so is that length. That's 13. So this would be 7 times 13, which is 91. So sure enough, I would then add those two, and here's my answer, 13 plus 91. So either way you look at it, we get the final answer. Okay. And then so I can do the same thing with this one here, is I can either find the area of the whole thing by taking the 20 times this entire length, and to find that whole length, you add those two together. So we would say 20 times 32 plus 13. And 32 plus 13 is, because I do what's inside first, in this case I can add those, and that's 45. So it's 20 times 45. So the area, if I simplify that, is 900. So the area is 900. And I could have found it also by multiplying 20 times 32 there and 20 times 13 there and add them separately. So different ways to look at this. Same with this one. If I want to find the area with this, I can either find the area of each individual rectangle, or once again, since I know that whole length is 15 plus 9 and 11 plus 3, I can find the area that way. So I'm going to say the area for that is 15 plus 9 all times 11 plus 3 if I write it out, right? So that would give me the entire area, which I can add inside in this case, and that's 24. And so 24 times 14 would be my area. And so 24 times 14 is 336. And if I would have found the individual areas, I would get the same thing, right? I would have taken 15 times 11 and added that to 15 times 3 and added that to 9 times 11 and 9 times 3, right? So I would have added all those individual pieces up, and I still would have had the same answer of 336. Okay. All right, there we go.